man who spoke earlier.
Yes.
We've been busy at work doing a number of things down in Columbus, trying to keep the taxpayers in mind. You see, when we make all of our decisions in the Ohio Senate, when we make all of our decisions as to what we're going to do to make Ohio a better place, generally speaking, we're looking at a variety of things. Number one, are we going to have a good tax and regulatory environment in this state? Number two, are we going to have good talent in this state? Number three, are we going to have affordable, reliable energy in this state? And we've done things in all of those regards just in the short 6 months we've been here. Let's start with tax and regulatory. So here in Ohio, for the first time ever, we're going to have a flat income tax, one income tax bracket. When I joined the legislature, we had 7 income tax brackets. The highest was 7.5%. Now, in 2026, we will have one, with the rate being 2.75%. It will be the lowest in the Midwest, and we won't be done yet, because you'll hear from our friend Vivek later. He has plans to go even further. We've also looked at the property tax issues that everybody's talked about. This is a kitchen table issue across the state of Ohio, and we understand that. It's a kitchen table issue. It's not a left or right issue. It's not even an independent issue. A lot of people who don't even pay attention to politics are talking about their property tax burden. And I'm here to take a little bit of accountability on behalf of the legislature. Not because of any of us who voted for these changes, but the legislature has broken the system over the last 45 decades. It was screwed up. And it was screwed up because it wasn't meant to be as inflationary as it has been. It was meant to be where you would get a base amount that may adjust a little bit with inflation, but everything on top of that was supposed to be approved by the voters. In this past operating budget, the Senate led the effort to reform this broken property tax system and get it back to what it was meant to be. To get it back to an anti-inflationary property tax system that keeps you, the taxpayers, in mind. Unfortunately, Governor DeWine vetoed those provisions. But I'm here to tell you that I've already talked to every member of the Senate Republican caucus. Not only do we have the votes to override all of those vetoes, but we plan to override all of those vetoes.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the talent piece. Obviously, we need to have people who are going into the economy with marketable skills and jobs and able to do what we need them to do to be able to be contributing members of society. Earlier this year, we took on a bold effort in the Senate. Senate Bill 1, our top priority starting the General Assembly. Senate Bill 1, which sought to go into our colleges and refocus their efforts. To refocus their efforts from catering to the liberal, ideological faculty and putting it back on educating our students and our populace in the state of Ohio. Getting rid of woke DEI indoctrination, banning it in the state of Ohio, and making sure that the students who leave our universities are leaving with a good job and good skills to be able to get their job and contribute to society. So we did that as well, and on top of that, we also realized the Biden administration really did a number on our energy industry in this country. The Biden administration went out of its way to try to jam 20 years of green energy, ideological, liberal policy into this country, crippling our energy dominance in this country and making us even more dependent on other countries across the world. After we have our good friend President Trump in the White House, we realized that we in Ohio have one of the greatest opportunities of any state in the country to utilize one of our greatest competitive advantages in the oil and natural gas that's right beneath our own feet. We passed legislation earlier this year to make it easier, not harder, to make it easier to build natural gas plants in this state. To make it easier to send a signal to companies that not only will you have affordable, reliable, but you will have plentiful energy in the state of Ohio. Because while every other state across the country, not every other state, but while a lot of the other states across the country are trying to figure out how to talk to the liberal left, we in Ohio are being unapologetic about it. We're saying we're going to lean into our natural gas industry. We're going to utilize it as a great competitive advantage, and we're going to tell them, yes, drill baby drill in the state of Ohio. These are all things that we know, but I can tell you this.
Please
There's
sit
way
down.
more work left to be done.
Okay. Hi, thank you.
There's way more work left to be done, and in order to take us to that next level, we're already one of the best states in the Midwest. Our goal shouldn't be just to be the best state in the Midwest. Our goal should be to be the best state in the country. And I can tell you, from where I sit, from my perspective, the only way we can take that next step, the only way we can climb into that rare air, is if we have a governor who is not afraid to take bold and sometimes controversial action, who's not afraid to lead from the front, who's not afraid to make decisions that sometimes might not be popular, but they're the right decision to make. And I'm here to tell you that that man is Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yes!
You see, when I first met Vivek, we talked about a lot of things. We went back and forth. He was nice enough to invite me to his home, where we sat around his dining room table, and we talked about an awful lot of policy. We talked about an awful lot of ideas that would take Ohio that next step. A lot of different things we could do to make ourselves even more competitive than our other states across the country. To set Ohio apart as a place where you, as a business owner, you as an investor can come to this state, you can thrive, and you can live, work, and raise a family up here. We talked about a lot of that, but as you guys have followed him, he's been busy lately. He's been spending a lot of time on the road, and he's got young kids. And I can identify with this as a parent of young children, because as we were sitting around that dining room table, talking about all the different things that he wanted to accomplish, his son, one of them, kept coming into the room, wanting to show his daddy what he'd been working on earlier that week. And Vivek, being a good, patient father, acknowledged him and had him go into the other room, and then he'd come back again. Vivek, being a good, patient father, acknowledged him and had him go into the other room. And then he came back a third time, and Vivek just said, look, I'm going to sit him on my lap, and he's going to be part of this conversation. And I was there for him. As I mentioned, I'm a father of young children. I was there for it. I was happy to see it. Not only because it showed the human side, obviously, of our next governor, but I was there for it because it showed me one very important thing about him. Failure is not an option for Vivek Ramaswamy. Failure is not an option for him because he understands that he needs to leave Ohio in a remarkably better place than the Ohio that he inherits.
Find a place
and
to
it's
sit,
not to
please.
say that it's in a bad spot, but he understands that he wants to make it the state of excellence, the best state possible for his children in mind and all of your children and grandchildren. That he absolutely needs to be that leader, to make those bold and tough decisions, even if they may not be popular, but because they're the right decision to make. Ladies and gentlemen, 2026 is not going to be an easy year for us. 2026 is not going to be a year without challenges. We're all going to have to work to make sure that not only Vivek Ramaswamy becomes our next governor, but also so John Husted remains our United States Senator against major odds from the left in D.C. We need to make sure the rest of our down ticket races win, and yes, we need to make sure we pick up some more congressional seats to hit our president being impeached by the far left yet again. The question is, are we up for the task? I know I'm up for the task. I know the people in this room are up for the task. Please join me in making sure that we win that ticket up and down, and we make sure Vivek Ramaswamy is the next governor of the state of Ohio. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.